The evening sun cast long shadows across Millfield Park as Zara Keita jogged along the winding path. At 27, she moved with the grace of the college track star she once was. Her braided hair, pulled back in a neat ponytail, swung rhythmically with each stride. Beside her, matching her pace perfectly, ran Phoenix, her 3-year-old German shepherd with a distinctive white patch on his chest. "Come on, boy. Last stretch," Zara called out, her voice bright against the quiet of the approaching dusk. Phoenix barked once in response, his amber eyes alert and focused. Zara hadn't planned on getting a dog. After finishing her master's degree and landing a job as a civil rights attorney, she thought she'd be too busy. But when she volunteered at the local shelter and saw Phoenix, trembling in the corner of his kennel, abandoned and distrustful, something connected between them. Two souls who understood what it meant to be judged unfairly. Within months, Phoenix transformed from a skittish, traumatized rescue into her fiercest protector and closest companion. He sensed her moods, stayed by her side during late-night case preparations, and greeted her each morning with unbridled joy. "We're quite the team, aren't we?" Zara said, slowing to a walk and reaching down to scratch behind Phoenix's ears. The dog leaned into her touch, his tail wagging contentedly. They turned toward home, unaware that their bond would soon be tested in ways neither could imagine. The streetlights flickered on as Zara and Phoenix turned onto Maple Avenue, just 3 blocks from their apartment. The neighborhood had been changing, luxury condos replacing the family-owned businesses where Zara had grown up. She pulled her jacket tighter against the evening chill. "Almost home, Phoenix," she murmured, her breath visible in the cool air. The patrol car appeared suddenly, crawling alongside them before stopping abruptly. 2 officers stepped out, Officer Reeves, broad-shouldered with a buzz cut, and Officer Dalton, taller with cold eyes that settled on Zara with immediate suspicion. "Ma'am, where are you heading this evening?" Reeves asked, his hand resting casually on his holster. "I'm just walking home, officer," Zara replied calmly, despite the familiar knot forming in her stomach. Phoenix sensed her tension, pressing closer to her leg. "We've had reports of drug activity in this area," Dalton cut in, circling behind her. "You matched the description of someone we're looking for." Zara knew there was no description. She'd heard this line before. "I live in the Baldwin Apartments just up the street. I'm a lawyer with Jenkins and Moore." Reeves smirked. "Right. And I'm the district attorney. Let's see some ID." As Zara reached for her pocket, Dalton shouted, "Hands where I can see them." Phoenix growled softly, the fur on his neck rising. "Control your animal," Reeves demanded, his hand now fully gripping his weapon. "He's trained and registered," Zara explained, her voice steady despite her racing heart. "I'm just getting my ID, as requested." "Sure you are," Dalton said, exchanging a knowing look with his partner. "People like you always have something to hide." The weight of those words, "people like you," hung in the air between them. Zara had heard them too many times before. "I said don't move." Dalton lunged forward, grabbing Zara's wrist with unnecessary force. Her wallet fell to the ground, spilling its contents across the sidewalk. "I was just," Zara began, but Reeves cut her off. "On the ground. Now," he barked, drawing his weapon. "That dog makes one move, and I'll put it down." Phoenix's growl deepened, his body tensing as he watched the officers manhandle his owner. Zara felt her breath catch in her throat. "Phoenix, stay," she commanded firmly, despite the tremor in her voice. The dog obeyed, though his eyes never left the officers. Zara slowly knelt, palms raised. "This is unlawful detention. I've done nothing wrong." Resisting arrest, Dalton snapped, twisting her arm behind her back with such violence that Zara couldn't suppress a cry of pain. "Threatening an officer." "I haven't threatened anyone." Zara protested as Reeves roughly patted her down. From across the street, apartment lights began turning on. A few residents emerged onto their balconies. "Look what we have here," Reeves announced triumphantly, holding up her bar association card. His smug expression faltered momentarily. Well, well. Playing dress-up as a lawyer? I am a lawyer, Zara insisted through gritted teeth, feeling the cold metal of handcuffs against her wrists. You have no cause for this. Badge numbers. I want your badge numbers. Shut up, Dalton hissed, yanking her upright with such force that she stumbled forward. The sound of Zara's head hitting the patrol car's hood echoed through the quiet street. Blood trickled from her lip where Dalton had struck her. Stop resisting, he shouted. Though she hadn't moved, something snapped in Phoenix. The German shepherd launched forward with lightning speed, his training giving way to protective instinct. He didn't bite. Instead, he positioned his powerful body between Zara and the officers, his bark sharp as gunfire in the night air. Get that beast away. Reeves stumbled backward, reaching for his weapon. Phoenix, protect. Zara gasped, a command she'd taught him but never expected to use. The dog stood his ground, teeth bared, making it impossible for the officers to reach Zara without going through him first. His stance was unambiguous, a guardian unwilling to let harm come to his person. I'll shoot it. Dalton threatened, his hand trembling on his holster. You shoot my dog, and it's the last thing you'll do as officers, Zara warned, her voice finding new strength. There are witnesses everywhere. Look around you. Both officers froze, suddenly aware of the crowd gathering on the sidewalk. Phones were raised, recording everything. From the shadows stepped Tasha Rivera, Zara's neighbor, her cell phone held high. I've been recording since they grabbed you, Tasha called out, her voice steady. And I'm live streaming to my followers. 3,000 people just watched these officers assault you without cause. Reeves looked panicked. This is police business. Everyone disperse. Badge numbers 4572 and 3891, announced an elderly man from his porch, binoculars in hand. Already called the precinct captain. He's on his way. The wail of approaching sirens filled the air. Dalton released Zara, backing away as if she'd suddenly become radioactive. This isn't over, he muttered, but his threat sounded hollow now. Within minutes, Captain Landry arrived, a black woman whose reputation for integrity was well known throughout the district. Her expression was thunderous as she reviewed the footage on Tasha's phone. Uncuff her. Now, she ordered. As the handcuffs fell away, Phoenix returned to Zara's side, pressing against her leg reassuringly. 3 weeks later, Zara stood before news cameras, Phoenix sitting proudly beside her. Both officers had been suspended pending investigation, with charges likely. What happened to me happens daily to people without my legal background or witnesses, Zara stated firmly. But today marks progress toward justice for all of us.